somebody comes up, if nobody comes up, they may give you a couple announcements to say, I don't know. And then we'll say, well, we'll conclude with, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do your Rebecca comments.
Right, and then I'll set up a session one after that.
Perfect.
And then we do 2 verses before you have a session one. I'll follow you no matter what.
I think we're good.
Okay, I think we're good shape. What time is it?
It's 6:02.
Oh, it's 6:02, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to play 5 minutes ago, so why don't you take a break for
טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, יאללה לי, 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 הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, די, 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 די. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I am Rabbi Jessica Lenza, and it is such an honor to be here with you tonight for Shabbat. Some of you might know me because I've taught a few classes here. I've been here for Shabbat a couple of times. And tonight you get to see both my musical skills and my rabbinic skills because Rabbi Diana is away this Shabbat. And I might need some help calling page numbers. I'm going to try to keep track of them here. But if you know the service really well, I might just call on you to tell me what page number we're on. Sound good? We're in this together? Yes? Okay. Amazing, amazing. Well, we begin Shabbat in two ways, actually. The cosmos bring in Shabbat by sunset. And whether or not we want to recognize it, it happens. But there's also this really powerful way in which we can bring in Shabbat by lighting candles. And actually, it doesn't matter what the cosmos are doing. And I think this is this fantastic example of the partnership, this divine relationship that we have with the sacred forces of the universe, that we are in constant collaboration with what's happening to the many different atoms in this universe and also what we can control. And so we're going to welcome Shabbat with lighting candles. Is there anybody who would like the honor to come up and light the candles? Come on up. Yeah, both of you. Yes. I'd also like to say a special welcome to my mom, Lillian Menken, who's visiting us from Naples, Florida. She gets to see me, Rabbi, tonight. Come on up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat. We turn now to page 12 with Lechu Neranena. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, Naria, Litzur Yishenu. Uneranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, nekadma fanav betoda. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, nekad mavana botoda. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. We turn to Yismechu Hashemayim, which I think is maybe on page 15. Yismechu Hashemayim v'tagel haaretz Yiram hayam umelo. Yismechu Hashemayim v'tagel haaretz Yiram hayam umelo. Just yamamayis now. Yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, 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 mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, 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 mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, 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 mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, mamai, yamamamai, 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 mamai. And now we turn to Zamru l'Adonai on page 16. Zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, bechatzotzrot b'kol shofar. Harir lifnei hamelech Adonai, Yiram hayam umlo, tevel veyoshveiva, neharot yimchahu chaf, yachad harim yeraneinu. We turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yedadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yedadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet ve'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habaracha, merosh mikel Shabbat Tehila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yadadai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yadadai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Hit'oreri Kiva Orech Kumi Ori Uri Shir Daberi Kevod Adonai Halayich Nigla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yadadai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yadadai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. We rise to greet the Sabbath bride as we welcome her into our sanctuary. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam besimcha uvetzola toch emunei am segula boi chala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yadadai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yadadai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Just as we welcomed the Sabbath bride, we'd like to welcome each other. So feel free to turn to your neighbor sitting next to you or near to you and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. We continue on page 22. Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat tov lehodod ladonai ulisamer lishimcha elyon ulisamer lishimcha elyon Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat tov lehodod ladonai ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון מה גדלו מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך מה גדלו מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך Shabbat Shalom, and live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy created this Vulcan greeting in 1967 for an episode of Star Trek, when his character Spock returns home to his home planet. In an interview with the Yiddish Book Center, Nimoy recounts, "It was the first time we're seeing other Vulcans, other people of my race, so I was hoping to find some touches that could develop the story of the Vulcan sociology and history. So I said to the director, I think we should have some special greeting that the Vulcans do. Because, as humans, we have these rituals, things that we do. We shake hands, we nod at each other, we bow to each other, we salute each other. So what do Vulcans do? So I suggested this. And he said, okay. And that's how we did it, as a Vulcan greeting. And boy, that just took off. As some of you might know, this futuristic sci-fi greeting is actually based on one of Judaism's most ancient rituals, Birkat Kohanim, or the priestly blessing. Nimoy described how, as a child, he was mesmerized by the spectacle of duchening, a unique version of offering the priestly blessing, when Kohanim, descendants of Miriam and Moses and Aaron's family, offer this powerful incantation to the Jewish people. If someone in the congregation is a Kohen, they ascend to the bima and cover themselves in their talit, draped over their heads and arms, which is not so ghostly as with mine because it's sheer, but when you've got those big, opaque white, big talits, it's pretty otherworldly looking. And they shape their hands, both of them, unlike the Vulcan greeting, which is just one, but they shape both of their hands into the Hebrew letter Shin. And then they offer these sacred words in a dissonant, asynchronous modal cloud, which means they're not trying to sing all together at once, and it sort of feels jumbled, but somehow you can follow it. Now, the Hebrew letter Shin is a very special letter, happens to be my favorite letter of Hebrew. It's, of course, the first letter in the word Shabbat and Shalom. And it sort of looks like almost like a W. It's a three-branched letter, which is how we get this shape in our hands. But it also is meant to conjure the divine feminine, the Shekhinah, the fierce maternal protective energy of the universe. We don't say her name in this prayer, but she is there, so imminently present for congregants that congregants are instructed to avert their eyes, lest they be overcome by beholding the power of the Shekhinah and die. Nimoy couldn't help himself, and he peeked. He would later describe this ritual as magical. And I think that was exactly the original intent, a mysterious and mystical spell that would somehow compel the cosmos that Spock traveled through to grant us blessing, protection, and prosperity. The priestly blessing first appears in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Naso. In 1979, an amulet was discovered in a burial plot in Jerusalem with this blessing on it. The amulet dates back to the 6th or 7th century BCE, about 2,600 years ago. And it is the oldest archaeological evidence of the Bible ever discovered, some 400 years older than the Dead Sea Scrolls. The words on this amulet are written in Paleo-Hebrew, an older form of the Hebrew alphabet than what we are accustomed to, lending the artifact an added layer of mystery. The Torah instructs us about the priestly blessing this way. Adonai spoke to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and his sons, thus shall you bless the people of Israel. Say to them, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May Adonai bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May Adonai shine Adonai's face to you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May Adonai lift Adonai's countenance towards you and grant you peace. Thus they shall place my name upon the people of Israel, and I will bless them. In these verses, we invoke one of God's most sacred names, Yud, He, Vav, He, the 4 Hebrew letters, Yud, He, Vav, and He. You might remember this from the class that I taught. This name is so old and so mysterious that we no longer know how to pronounce it. So we simply substitute an entirely different word, Adonai, from when we see these 4 letters. It's hard to know exactly what the name Yud, He, Vav, He means, but the root of the word, and Hebrew is a language that's kind of formulae built on roots, the root is associated with the essence of existence. In a way, we are being blessed with the gift of being. In this many-layered, theologically complex experience, we encounter the incomprehensible but not the unknowable. We stand at the intersection of past and present and future, a confluence that is simultaneously baffling, yet deeply ingrained in us, where magic meets science to celebrate the wonder of this miraculous and precious, precise and chaotic blessing of being. I'd like to share this poem by El Cordova, Before the Big Bang. There was no up, there was no down, there was no side to side. There was no light, there was no dark, nor shape of any kind. There were no stars or planet Mars or protons to collide. There was no up, there was no down, there was no side to side. And furthermore, to underscore this total lacking state, there was no here and there was no there because there was no space. And in this endless void, which can't be thought of as a place, there was no time, and so no passing minutes, hours, days. Of all the paradoxes that belabor common sense, I think this one's the greatest, this time before events. Because how did we get from nothing to infinitely dense, from immeasurably small to inconceivably immense? But before we get unmoored from the question at the start, let's take a breath and marvel at when math becomes an art. Because we don't have to understand it to know there was a time when there was no up, there was no down, there was no side to side. Live long and prosper. Shabbat shalom. We turn to Baruch, which you can find on page 28. Baruch hu et Adonai hamborach me'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamborach me'olam va'ed. Sorry, I meant to tell you to rise, but that's okay. We're continuing on with Ma'ariv Aravim on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, bechokma pateach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et kochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Umavir yom umivir laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzevaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. We continue with Ahavat Olam on page 32. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael. אותך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. בעבדך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. And we take a deep breath, breathing in the blessing of being as we sing Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We continue with Via Hafta. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We turn to page 40 for Micha Mocha. Yai lai lai la lai la lai la lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai la lai la lai, ya lai la lai la lai la lai la lai la lai, yai la lai la lai la lai la lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. Malchutech rahu vanecha, bukei hayam livnei Moshe uMiriam, ze elianu ve'amru, ze elianu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam as night falls, we ask for an added blessing of protection with Hashkivenu on page 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, guide wrong from right. Amen. 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 And for the blessing of Shabbat, we turn to page 44 for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Please rise as we turn to the beginning of the Amidah on page 46. וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחלקי חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידות מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We now continue privately with the words in your heart, or you can also reference the words on the page, and then we'll come back together in a moment. I'd like to offer this prayer for the peace of the state of Israel. Our God and God of our fathers and mothers, the God of the fear of Isaac, the God of Yael, God of the good spirit of Saul, God of Israel, please, with the great force of your right hand for them, if not for you, fence us with the boundaries of the sea, the east, north, and south. Cover our skies under the wing of your divine presence. Give wisdom and understanding to your elders and our ministers. Distance from them any dishonorable deed. Lead them in the path of the just and the good. For we have been put our lives in their hands. Sit our judges on thrones of justice and enlighten their hearts with your Torah, so that they may walk blamelessly before you. Please, with the great force of your right hand, spread over the protectors of our land the canopy of your peace. Lift your hand over them, save them from all enemy and ambush, from all bullets that threaten their souls. Give them the strength and heart to distinguish between enemy and lover, between the people of wickedness and the people of love. Please, the great force of your right hand, guard the state of Israel, our ancient homeland, for the sake of exalting your name among all the inhabitants of the world. Please, with force. Please, without use of force. When Noah Argamani was rescued by elite Israeli soldiers last week after being held hostage by Hamas terrorists for 8 months, she had one question for them. As these brave warriors surrounded her and hugged her, she asked, "Is my mother still alive?" The soldiers told her that yes, her mother was still alive. Oof. "That's why we came," one soldier said, "to bring you back to your mother." Leora, Noah's mother, is dying from terminal brain cancer. She begged for her daughter to be returned to her so that she might be able to hug her one last time. Leora's condition has deteriorated quite drastically over the last few months, and it is unclear whether or not she understood that Noah had finally come home to her. But they did hug each other. When Andrei Koslov, another kidnapped Israeli rescued in the mission last week, was reunited with his mother, he dropped to his knees, weeping and kissing her feet, as though being in the presence of his mother again was so overwhelmingly powerful, he couldn't bear it. This next prayer that I'm going to offer is called the Song for the Divine Mother of the Universe. It's about homecoming, the overwhelming and glorious reunion with unconditional love, about the long-awaited embrace of the Shekhinah, the nurturing divine feminine. And I dedicate this to the remaining 120 hostages who yearn to be reunited with their friends and families. May they soon be held by those who love them. May their tears of pain and suffering become tears of joy and gratitude. And may we all know and experience this kind of all-encompassing and eternal love. So this song is a call and response, which means that you can sing it right along with me. I call out a line and then you'll repeat it to me. And then later in the song, I kind of go off and do my own thing, but you can keep repeating. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Now I know I'm not alone. Now I know I'm not alone. 'Cause I've been far, but now I'm close. Now I'm close. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Tell me, mother, We now continue in that spirit of offering blessing to those who need it, people who are in need of support physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, with Misha Berach. And so I offer this time, I invite you to either say names of people that you're thinking aloud, or you can hold them in your hearts as we pause and I look around the room. We hold them in this sacred space as we sing Misha Berach together. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor Abracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Beirach Imotenu Mekor Habracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. But the community isn't just here to support you, but also to celebrate with you. And so now is an opportunity for you to share smachot, moments of joy and happiness, things that you are grateful for on this Shabbat in particular. Does anybody have something they'd like to share with us? Yes.
I'm so happy that I got a little respite with my sister and brother-in-law. The earlier part of the week, they invited me to come join them at the beach. And I had such a good time. And my sister and I took a chocolate vodka so we could honor the memory of our father on his 100th birthday, which
Wow.
was Monday, June 10th. So it was nice for all of us. And all that fresh air. I feel good. I feel real good.
Yeah, there's nothing better than that. Thank you. There must be other happy things. Are we feeling shy? Yeah.
I'm very happy that I was able to bring my parents here last Shabbat, and we had a wonderful trip, and they had a great stay, and it was so beautiful to share the Village Temple community with them. They were so deeply touched. My mom said this is something that she'd always wanted for herself, but wasn't able to create, or wasn't the environment where, from Richmond, Virginia, there wasn't kind of
Yeah.
tight-knit community, and it was just really beautiful to share. So thank you all who made yourselves known to them for feeling meaningful.
That's so lovely. I think that this is a unique community, you know, in New York City or Richmond, Virginia. Like, I just think it's a unique place. So it's so wonderful that you were able to bring your parents here.
I was elected to the board of HIAS this week, the Hebrew
Wow.
Refugee Society.
Mazel tov.
Amazing work around the world helping refugees.
Yes, and I think that one of the Shabbatot that I was here, we had somebody come from HIAS to do this fantastic, like, share some of the work that HIAS does. And I actually know a couple of people who were personally, like, rescued from by HIAS. It's such an important thing to be supporting right now, but I guess always, really. Thank you. Well, I know that there's much to be shared and said, and maybe you'll share it with us at Kiddush later. But for right now, we're going to turn to Aleinu, which is 282. See? Thank you. Please rise. We now turn our thoughts to those who've passed away, but whose memories are still very much present with us in our lives. Particularly this Shabbat, we are observing the yard site, the annual anniversary of the passing of Abraham Temkin, Orrin Rosenberg, Eileen Barshai, Marcia Smith, Ellie Berkowitz, and Irving Rennert. We are also adding to our Kaddish list Jill Chavashuin, Marie Corrigan, and Lily Salkman. If you have other names of people that you'd like to bring into the space, I invite you to do it now as we pause. We say the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shemei dekudsha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da miran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'ramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'ramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. You may be seated. Normally we would pause now for announcements, but I wasn't given any. So I'll make my own little announcement, which is that I'll be back next Shabbat. Rabbi Diana will be here, so I'll be in my musical sort of role. And I'd love to see you then. And we're going to, before we close with Osei Shalom, normally we end with the priestly blessing, but it's a spoken version of it. I'm not a Kohen, so I can't offer you the full experience of duchening, but I do want to sing these sacred words to you now and invite you to just allow the blessing of being to wash over you. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. May God reach out to you in tenderness and grant you the greatest gift, that of peace. And now we turn to Osei Shalom. Osei Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom. Please join me next door for Kiddush and Motzi. And thank you to Dan.
Well, it's the first time I've heard Star Trek